Hello. Hopefully that now should work. It was because I went live earlier from my studio and I didn't select the new microphone because I use one microphone at the studio, one here. So anyway, hopefully I'm loud and clear now. Anyway, I'm Stephen from Vanguard Tactics, and I did this whole spiel about thanking everyone that subscribed. So thank you so much if you have subscribed. And yeah, welcome to day 52. Intro. Spent ages thinking about that as well. Now it's ruined. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys are doing all right, and you're welcome to all the new subscribers that are in the chat. And it's my mission to help improve the game both on and off the tabletop. So what I'm all about is essentially helping you guys with your tactics and strategies. That's why I go live every day, with or without sound. Sometimes it's all about kind of, you've got to. But it's because I'm playing Harlequins, you see, and it's basically a game of mime. That's what we're going to play. All right. So when there's no sound, it's because I'm miming what you guys need to figure out, or lip read, either or. You'd be fine. It's okay. It's not like audio is important for a chat show or anything. Anyway, so what is going on? So yeah, I had a really good live earlier from the Vanguard Tactics studio, which I was playing around for ages to get the lighting right, the audio correct, and all that good stuff. So finally got that looking and sounding great. So that's all good. Really excited about filming in the studio next week. Going to be getting hopefully some battle reports done and some other stuff. Yeah. But anyway, all good, and I hope everyone is well in the chat as well. So sorry for my awful technical problems. So... but I appreciate all you guys letting me know that there's no sound. Otherwise, I could have been here for ages, just chatting away, Anyway, so John said, "Hi, Stephen. Greetings from Sweden. How you doing, John? From Sweden. I'm getting back into 40k after 10-year hiatus. What's your number one tip for me?" Okay, my number one tip is when you start to play with an army, use everything of the same so you can get used to it. So let's take intercessors, for example. Let's say you're running Space Marines, don't run a tactical squad and have a heavy bolter, a missile launcher, a flamer, a plasma pistol, a chainsword in that unit, because there's too many things. Like, you need to remember so many different rules. So what I suggest you do is run 6 units of 10 intercessors, yeah? So that way you can get used to how that gun works, how that model works. And then once you've got the repetitions in, you're going to be like, right, yeah, I got intercessors locked down. So I'll keep with the 60 intercessors, and then I'll add in something else. So maybe you start off with a simple game of a chapter master for some rerolls, a lieutenant for rerolls, ones, and then you maybe write down 4 stratagems that you want to use in that game. So don't worry about all of them, just write down 4 that you want to try out, okay? Run the 3 units of intercessors. Let's keep it simple. So a chapter master, a lieutenant, 3 units of 10 intercessors. That's going to give you, a battalion. So you play a game with that battalion against your opponent who's running a battalion as well. It's just a battalion off, and then that way you can add in another unit. Okay, and always go as big as you can with the unit, so then you get more and more dice to remember, or more and more dice to throw down. But you're remembering minimal unit profiles. Okay, and that way you can keep those 2 pages open. You've got your intercessors, your chapter master, and you're just going through the core mechanics of the game. That would be my number one tip. My second tip is to join my Vanguard Tactics Academy, as it will teach you everything you need to know about how to play the game in the true way that it is intended. So we go beyond the rule book. Okay, so you have your rule book in front of you, but then you'll see how we move, how you deploy, basically how you actually interpret the rules. Okay, so my course is all about the interpretation into application. All right, so it's not a replacement of the rules, and obviously you need to make sure you have that, but it's, like I said, the application of it. And there's a 2-week free trial below in the description. So if you don't like it, you don't have to stay. That's completely cool. There's no catches. If you love it, fantastic. If you don't, then you know where we are in the future if you ever want to come back. So yeah. Anyway, here we go. Other questions that we got. Mike said it's been over for 10 years for him. Yeah, I've been a long time for me, actually, when I got back into it. What do you think of the Silent King? How OP do you think it will be over the likes of Gaz? Don't know, Sean. Really don't know, mate. I think he could be on Gaz level. He might have some tricks about him. Might have some good tricks, like maybe like a Phil-No Pain. You can imagine like Necrons with a 5+ Phil-No Plane and then giving benefits to their resurrection. That's how Necrons should play, in my opinion. Just extremely hard to kill. You know, maybe an ability to ignore -1 and -2 AP like the Sisters get. They need something like that. If they ignored -1 and -2 AP and they had a 5-up Phil-No Pain and they resurrected, all from him, that'd be incredible. But it would literally be like a walking plague of silent death. That wouldn't die. Gotta speak real quiet. Okay, so that's my thoughts anyway. So if I was a rules writer, I'd maybe be looking at something along those lines. But I'm not, so just take that as just my opinion. I'm wearing the hat forward this time because when I wear it backwards, by the way, it hits my chair and then it like hurts my head. So I'm wearing it forwards. Yeah. There we go. Oh, and I got some big news today, guys. Some very big news to tell you all at some point, but not yet. Can't tell you yet, but guys, it's going to be big. Like huge, huge big. Like so big. Like probably the biggest news I've ever told you is going to be coming up very, very soon. So, yeah. Even bigger than the terrain that I announced yesterday. That's going to be the Vanguard Tactics terrain series that's coming out that Foreground Publishing are basically getting out there for us. I've designed it. They're going to be manufacturing it and shipping it and selling it and distributing it. So yeah, it's just like my ideas how I would, you know, like terrain to be played at events and stuff. So that's going to be ready for all those people on the Academy to purchase for the first month. So they get a month pre-sale with a nice little cheeky discount, and then it'll go on full retail sale. But you want some of this terrain because it is incredible. So the announcement I've got is even bigger than that. McKee, Reptiles, hi mate, where can I find that painted terrain you showed us yesterday? So it's literally what I showed you yesterday was just a prototype. It's going to be ready at the end of the month. Okay, now all the details for that will be in the Academy and the newsletter as well. Harris has said those Harlequin rules, though. I think I need to get my GSE some unitards. Yeah, the Harlequin rules are incredible. Like absolutely unbelievable. The rules team at GW have done an incredible job, and they've given exactly what Harlequins needed. They have a minimal character range, but giving them those pivotal roles just means that you've got, so it's amazing. I had another game with them today, and I've been using the Incarn. The Incarn's back in my list, and I feel like I'm back in a happy place. So I'm going to be running Harlequins for the rest of the season, I think. Yeah. Who's messaging me on Facebook Messenger? There we go. Oh, I've got a price list for I have a full price list for the terrain. It's literally just come to me right now. So I have a price list, and it will be in the Academy for the terrain, that is. Rizal has said, if you had to make a list of Ultramarines without any variant of Repulsor, what would it look like? I don't any, and I'm curious. So I'll tell you what my list is. My current Ultramarine build. Let's go through it because I'm loving the Ultramarines at the moment. Colton Hatch actually has come up with a nice little Ultramarine successor using the Astral Claws, which I quite like. Check for new data. Nope, do not be checking for any new data. So here's the list that I'm currently sort of just tinkering with at the moment. A little bit of tinkering. Just wait for Battlescribe to load, you know. Wind him up. Okay, so what we got here? That needs to go. He's not in the list anymore. Okay, that's in the list. Okay, so this is an 1850 list. So I've still got more stuff to put in. But what we're looking at so far, Tigerius, Lieutenant with the jump pack, Calgar. 2 units of 6 aggressors. Company Ancient, 3 units of suppressors, 2 units of devastators with grav cannons, a drop pod, and a relic Leviathan dreadnought. And I've still got 150 left. So with that 150, it's going to be putting in 2 units of eliminators. 2 units of eliminators are going in. That gives me 3 points left. I may even be tempted to drop the second unit of devastators and put in another unit of eliminators, but then I got 70 points kicking about that I'm not sure I'm going to do with. So far, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. Nate said, "Hi Stephen, I'm working on a White Scar successor list, hungry for battle and long range marksman. How many Reavers are too many Reavers?" Well, 31 Reavers are too many for a start, because you can only take 10, and yeah, you can only take 3 units of them, so 31 would be too many. If you really build around it, so I was having this conversation earlier with Joe, who is part of Vanguard Tactics, he's one of the tacticians, and I said to him, if you go for the Reaver route, then you need a Phobos Librarian, which means you can't get the access to Null Zone and the White Scars ones and the Obscuration Discipline, whatever it's called. So you can only go from 2 normally, even if you run a Chief Librarian. Now the problem with that is Null Zone is massive, so good, and so are the White Scars powers, so good. But you need to have the double move one. Now remember, if you fail that double move, you've got Reavers sat at the back doing nothing. And the problem is they can be move blocked because they can't fly. And they can get wrapped quite easily as well, like by Blood Angels or whatever, or, you know, Harlequins, Orcs, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Possessed, Gene Stealer Cult, so which can all cause you some problems. Shining Spears, they'll wrap you up. They'll wrap you up like a gift, you know, you'd be like a little gift package for them, you know. So it's a kind of one-trick pony, the Reavers. I'd be tempted with some bikes personally, but that'd be me. I think bikes could be a good way to go. Waz has said, if you has the say-so to any changes to the basic rules or terrain rules in Perspective and 9th edition, what would be your top 3 personal changes if you were rewriting it? What would I change? I would actually change the wording on rules to be the same for different things. So let's say you get like there's some units that affect per the models that are within range, and some which are the units within range. I would make them the same. So rerolls to hit could be this type. Feel no pains could be, so if you're getting a feel no pain, it's within an aura based of potentially models. Same with save. So anything that gives you a save would be that. Anything that does damage output, maybe units, or maybe even an aura, who knows. I'd keep some consistencies. That's what I would do. So the wording's the same. So it's less like, so earlier with the Harlequins, they've got a feel no pain type ability, a bit like the Gryer one. And I was using it. I was like, what if it's models? And I've been cheating. So I looked and I thought, actually, no, it is units. But then Blood Angels one is models and not units. So it's, yeah, crazy how it's different, really. Yeah. So that's what I would do. Terrain, I actually think terrain's fine. I would make, in the rule book though, I'd make it so bottom level blocks line of sight, just so there's something. Give some better rules to the Mechanicus terrain, so they can actually function then. I like enclosed ruins, I think they're good. But again, I would actually put rules down on where terrain can go. Yeah. So when I come to do my events, the Vanguard Tactics events, then there'll be terrain layouts and rules, so it's fair amongst every player. With our new incredible terrain as well, it's going to be amazing. Ross has said, quick question, my little brother wants to get into Death Guard. Would he be better off getting the two No Fear boxes or just the Dark Imperium box? I'm not really sure what's in each one, to be honest, Ross. I know that the Dark Imperium box is pretty good, so I'd probably start there, to be honest, because you actually get like full units, whereas I'm not sure you do with the other one. Jacob said, did you ever change the relic option for the Forge World SM Lord of War tanks like the Spartan? Did they ever change the relic option? Do you still have to take an Astraeus to take one? I'm not sure how that works now, mate, to be honest. I'm not sure. Not sure, to be honest. I don't really follow the like the big units too much because I see little playing competitive play, so I'm not really adversing. Like it's not on my immediate go-to knowledge, basically. But best thing to do is just check the Imperium index thing. Hello, Stephen. I hope you're well. I bought some Sakaran infiltrators, and in the book it says they can have 3 attacks base. However, in the codex they have 2. Which one do I go with? Go with the codex. The codex. That'll be the most up-to-date version, is the codex. Ryan said, dude, don't tell me you've gone over the Harlequin rules leaks yet. No, not yet. I haven't gone over them yet. I want a couple more test games before I give you my lowdown on them. Also, I'm a pure Thousand Suns player. Would you say would be the most heavy support choice for them? Just Smite. Just Smite spam. Yeah. Smite spam would be the way forward for just dealing with anything nasty. Yeah. It's what I do with my Harlequins. Smites. I've got a lot of smites. JW said Frontline Gaming endorsed you or something. Nope, it's not that. That is not my big announcement. Luke said if 9th/8.5 is real, would the codex all be getting updated? I doubt it. I think it will just be, they'll still get updated over time, no doubt. We might, like we saw with the Chaos got a 2.0, Space Marine's got a new rewrite. We'll probably see some stuff like that, yeah. Manic Stations has said, when fighting in combat, if my opponent goes to base, would I still wrap him, if possible, in the same way you've described in your videos, or is it done in a different way? If so, how? When fighting in combat, if my opponent goes to base, would I still wrap him, if possible, in the same way you've described? So if your opponent's gone base to base, it'd be really difficult. Well, you can't do that. So if you're charging, looking to get the wrap on, then you just keep a model outside of an inch, okay? So you keep one model inside an inch, the rest outside of an inch, just within coherency of him, and then when you consolidate, you create the wrap, all right? If he's a character and he's heroically intervening into you, then yeah, you can just wrap him up even tighter then, yeah. So it should be fine. Mr. Hatcher said, I like it a lot. I think 1 Grav drop pod squad is enough, probably enough. So my thought process is, when you combine that with Seal of Oath, you can reroll hits. Both units can reroll wounds, and 1 unit can reroll damage. That's what I was thinking. So you're kind of getting like double the effectiveness because of Seal of Oath. Gregwin said, views on competitive guard lists. Are 3 tanks too few? Thinking Talon tank commanders for fire and fade order. Gregwin, I think that's a fantastic way to go with guard. Really, really do. Basilisks are also a really good choice. I'd probably run triple Basilisk and triple tank commanders would be the way I would do things. Because it's really kill denial, which I like. I like it when my opponent can't kill anything. So Basilisk out of yeah. That's what I'd run. 3 Basilisks, 3 tank commanders. Right, so I'll just finish off a couple more questions. How do you get new players to play? People aren't too cool about Tabletop Simulator and we don't live in the same place. I'll be honest, I don't really like Tabletop Simulator. I don't think it encourages sportsmanship and fair play, because people behave differently when they play on a computer game than they do in person. And the reason why Warhammer is such an incredible game for the mental side of things and mental health side of things is because it's really personable. You're playing against somebody, you're playing with somebody, you're having a really nice time. TTS, often other computer game can creep into that. So when you're playing on COD and you're like, oh, you know, effing and jeffing or whatever you're doing, and you know, like I've had people like send me messages, and I'm like on COD saying things, and I'm like, you would never say that to me in person. You just wouldn't say it. So I don't know why that's appropriate on a computer game. So if it's not appropriate in person, it's not appropriate behind your keyboard, okay? There's still a person at the end of that keyboard or that screen or the other side of that. So regardless of how, you know, that's why I don't like TTS, because it gets and it's too easy to walk away from that TTS. Whereas when you're playing a game of Warhammer, the beauty of it is you and me are both playing so that we can both enjoy this experience. I'm going to give you my best game so you can have a great game, and I'm going to bring my very best in terms of being the best person I can be as well, so that you can really enjoy your game. Even if I lose, I'm going to make sure you enjoy your game. And I want that respect to be reciprocal, okay? So that's why I don't really like TTS personally, okay? I appreciate people can't play at the moment, but for me, it'll never be a substitute. So yeah, it's all right to maybe some list theory, some stuff, and as long as you've got a clear sort of code of conduct when you are playing it, it can be okay. But that's really, really important. You need to be on the same wavelength when you are playing that game. And remember, it's not about winning on TTS. Brian said they got FAQ to have 2 base, 3 on Princeps, okay. Do you think flyers have any place in a semi-competitive Blood Angel list? I mean, semi-competitive is... it's... Yeah, no. It depends on the rest of the build, really. It depends how semi-competitive you're thinking. So, they can be, though. What have we got here? Rizzo has said, Stephen, there's an international TTS league right now, and supposedly is great sportsmanship. A lot of good players are in it, like Don Hewson. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, those. The thing is, those players like Don have great sportsmanship at the table. Okay, so he's somebody that will be able to take that same mentality that he has for the game, and apply that to TTS. But often, the best players I've ever played against have the best level of sportsmanship. It's not those that you really get tied up against, okay? It's people that, you know, because if I win or lose, I don't really care, because it is just a game. And the more I've played this game, the more I've become like numb to winning or losing. It's more about making a really good personal connection with someone. Don is very much like that. I'll speak to Don at every single competition I go to. We've got fantastic, like mutual respect for each other in the way that we play the game. So he's always going to be somebody that has great sportsmanship. But it's not the likes of him that you need to really worry about, okay? It's the other people that can play Warhammer and they can enter this stuff, but without really that sort of code of conduct. So it gives people, and what I'm trying to say is, it gives people an easy way of not doing the right thing, if that makes sense. Is that a double negative? I don't know. when you're in person to person, typically people will make better sportsmanship. Their just behaviour and everything is, number one, they're stood up as well, so they're actually engaging in the game rather than sat down slouching and, oh, this is not going well, oh, okay, this is taking ages, or well, whatever, you know, they don't really have that, yeah, so, or not as much anyway. So that's my thoughts anyway. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that there. Now remember, if you would like a VIP package for the academy, then this month is all sold out. But I am starting to take people's pre-orders now. So for the month of June, there'll be 5 new spaces on the VIP. You get a one-to-one call with me where we go over your list and I help you with your deployment and everything on your list. And then also you get full access to the academy as well with all of the new content that's being released every single week now. And every week a new module is being updated to that academy. There's a new module that's just been added that's completely free for everyone to view. A lot of people have said to me actually that that are currently on the academy, that this new module, which is module 0, which everyone gets access to as soon as you join, I basically go over what the academy is about, who's it for, who's it's not for as well, and it tells you exactly what's going on day to day in the community. So it tells you how to use all of the daily lessons that we have in the community, how to use Discord, how all of the different chat channels, what they're for, how to use them, how to get the most out of them, and there's all sorts going on. I don't want to say too much because I want to keep it a little bit secret, but obviously you can sign up for your 2-week free trial using the link below. And if you don't like it, you literally just, you know, tell me, Steve, hey, it's not for me, and that's completely cool. There's no, you can just cancel your thingy, but I do like to know when people leave, because I'd like even just to say, wish you the best of luck and stuff. There's absolutely zero hard feelings for me, because I do appreciate it's not for everybody. And what I do like is I like people to come and learn from me. I've always done this with my nutrition business, okay? One of my clients, his name's Michael. He's a fantastic guy. He's messaged me today to say, Steve, I need to leave the coaching service. And I said, mate, that's fantastic. And I thoroughly believe in him going alone by himself now, because I believe that I've taught him enough to do it by himself, so he can still make progress with his fitness and nutrition. And for me, that's so rewarding. So I appreciate that, you know, some people will stay with you for constant mentoring as that goes on. I've got some of my clients, like one of my clients, she is Miss Universe. I've been coaching Sarah now for, we're getting off topic of 40K, but anyway, I've been coaching Sarah now for 7 years, or no, 6 or 7 years. And yeah, she's Miss Universe. She won that last year. She's doing fantastically well. So every year there's new goals. She wants to push that next level, which is great. But for other people, they want to learn. They want to become empowered by knowledge. They want to be able to put it into application along with me, by them, you know, right by them, so I can make sure that they're taking all the right steps so that they can be successful. In the academy is no different to that. It's all about empowering people so you make the right choice. Okay, guys. Vlog Center said also super interested in the package. So if you want the VIP package and get the full access to it for June, all you need to do is email me, and I'll pop the email in the script in the thing here. So it's Stephen, but that's with a PH in case you spell my name wrong, because it obviously won't come to me then. Vanguard at vanguardtactics.com. If you email me to that, then yeah, just say, hey, I'm interested in the VIP package for June. I can send you all the details, and yeah, we can get you started on that. All right. Okay, guys. Levaris said, is there a combo deal? I can use the nutrition and the 40K. Yeah, we can certainly look at doing that for you as well. In the nutrition side of things, actually something I want to build into the academy, and the fitness stuff. So it will be less one-to-one like I currently work with, but more of that education coming through the academy as well. There will be modules on nutrition in the academy. So yeah, because if you can keep your body healthy, you keep your mind healthy, and it's a, you know, like healthy body, healthy mind. It's all part of it, right? It all, you know, the reason why we play Warhammer. Let's be honest. The reason why we play Warhammer is because it makes us happy. It's like our happiness pill. Yeah, we play it, the hobby, whether it's painting, listening to audiobooks, you know, talking with your mates. It brings you closer to other people, so you get that social health. It's great for your like mental health, and then finally, if we can then combine that with physical health as well, then there are sort of main cornerstones there, and also our emotional health as well. So without the physical stuff, then you're missing that crucial element. So that's where hopefully I can help people as well. Right, guys. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. All right, and I might even stream from the new studio. We'll see. Take care, guys, and see you later.